see, one of our problems in Africa is the fact that people know a lot, but they don't share it. And when they die, the knowledge dies with them. And that is pathetic. Time for a change.
Yo! Oh! Yo! Yo! Oh! Yo! Yo!
Oh! There is a reason, there is a meaning to each and every wrinkle and mark of your
Once upon a time, take it back in time, bring it back in time, respect your grandpa.
There is a reason, there is a meaning to each and every wrinkle and mark of your
Once upon a time, take it back in time, bring it back in time, respect your grandpa. I'm a teacher's pet, like a puppy taught me. Grew from the bed, so I be my best. Like a doctor, maybe a lawyer. Write a verse and recite, that's nice. Patient and wise, my teacher be. Through him pass the lives of many men. So imagine then, from the first lessons in Ussher, Salem made a man. Like Ghana's first speaker of parliament. But it has to say, our teacher got all the grade and ignored per se. But probably he passed on the baton of knowledge for so long, staying strong. But can he hold on? I think now they played his part. It's on to us now. Do we make his memory outlive his life? Or do we sit back and watch him die quietly, only to be forgotten entirely? Nah.
It is the first ever school which was built in Ghana.
If this thing goes down, then we'll lose our history.
We are standing in front of the Ussher Salem Boys Middle Boarding School. The school traditionally was organized like a little military institution. So the aspect of marching and saluting and parading was all part of it. So these grounds were meant for that. Now, we have to talk about the architecture. You can see it was based on the old German, what they call the Fachwerk. That's the frame building, where you have timber structure and then you fill it with anything. Although the building now looks very old and almost in ruins, according to the building conservator, this structure can stand for the next 100 years. The idea was that the students would have to live together with their teachers to learn not only from the classroom but from everyday life. So the students were informed by what they are taught. They were also formed in their character, their discipline, their behavior and everything. And of course, everything was based on the Christian sort of teachings.
Looking back now, I can see that the whole object of the training was to make me a good human being.
We are taking 5 kids. Please, nobody should carry. Yes, we bring it out. See that.
On Saturdays, in the mornings, the whole school will meet here, in groups, according to the houses, with the teachers standing over here. And then the seniors will open the books to check those who have misbehaved. They will make you come in. First, they will sing around them, pray for them, and then you'll be given some punishment. So you have to go and cut grass, or you have to go and make bricks, or you have to go and wash somebody's clothing, and that kind of thing. But it was all part of the discipline which was inculcated in the people, and I'm sure Dr. Ivan told you about. That's the hallmark of this school. The kids, the people who go through here are supposed to be very disciplined people. And that's the reason why many of them made very good progress in their career development.
We are proud that the first speaker of Parliament, when the Gold Coast became Ghana at the time of independence, was a product of the school. The school has produced many doctors, many lawyers, many academics, and in the education field, I would say that it has been one of the leading institutions.
It's a kind of an anthem, and it's made reference to also Salem, or Yomwe. In Ghana, Our Lady, like English alma mater, the good mother, is a Latin word. And for us, it's more than an alma mater. It's our mother, you know, our own mother. And we would like to see your own mother dying.
The wood here is spoiled, so we don't. That's why we locked it, so that nobody will enter. Because if you enter, you will go down. See, so we need to change all this. Now we are 189 because we don't have rooms. We used to have a large number. We don't use any of this. So we have some classrooms across the street. That is where we are now. We are hoping and praying that we'll finish this.
If this place goes away, it will destroy my identity. I will feel very, very, very horrible because it is a heritage of which I feel I'm part of it. So if it goes away, I've lost my identity. The 3 years I spent here, became the foundation of my moral, my intellectual, my social development. Now, the values which I learned from here have lived with me. The relationships which I established after 7 years, I still keep the relationships. It's part of my passion to see to it that this heritage will never be destroyed.
Riddle. There is a tall man living by the coast. He knows more, but he never ever boasts. He sees fire every angle of the coast. He's got that strong back and his got still toes. A whole lot of people, but watch lost to die. He guided them trying to save with his life, but for crying out loud, he can never wipe out. What's his all? He can know with the wrong. It will stay in his hurt forevermore. Riddle, who is this man? Riddle, who is this man?
Built by British, 1836, lighthouse. Built by British, 1836, 175 years. So who watches them do what? We are being understanding how to tell why? Yeah. Why? Now we are nominating the person who go by this way. You still working? 6 o'clock, the door, now put the light on. 6 o'clock. Direction for the booth. Well, that's 6 o'clock before I put the light on. It's automatic. It's automatic. Automatic. Yes. The light will give direction for the boats. So you read Jamestown. Right. British. Yes. 1836.
The sunshine or rain, I bring joy and pain for years, the laughter and the tears. Good or bad, I deliver the word. Across the seas, over the land and through the skies, I fly like a dove.
When the British came here, they came without their spouses and their children. And therefore they realized that there was a need for communication between them and their relatives that they left behind. In those days, as you will know, there were no aeroplanes, nor even steamboats. They have to come with these ships with sails, like Columbus type and those ones. Therefore, it took a lot of time for letters, which were called dispatches in those days, from Britain to get to the then Gold Coast. Therefore, an expatriate officer was established at the Ussher Castle, where the governor used to be in charge of these dispatches or mails. And this continued for a long time until around 1840 or so. The British authorities in the Gold Coast at that time, in their judgment, felt that what they called the educated natives, that is the Gold Coasters, were now ripe also to use the services of the post. In 1844, the British actually took a formal control on the Gold Coast. At that time, the British thought that it was time for a black man or an African to take charge of the post office. Therefore, one Mr. Cole, he was a Sierra Leonean. He became the first so-called native or African postmaster of the service. This post office building, as you see here, was opened in 1915. It was a landmark building. You could see it from far off, because in those days there were very few buildings in Accra. So about a mile away, you can still see the tower. The tower area was the one that was originally built. That wing and the other wing facing the road. But these other ones were added later on, especially around 1968. The post office was very important, as I said, in the British scheme of things. And this post office yard used to be the place where the creme de la creme, at the top of the society, used to gather for their social activities, like dances. In those days, they have dances like waltz, slow foxtrot, quick step, cha-cha-cha, and all that. Yes. So the post office was the center of life in the old days. But maintenance is our problem in these parts of the world. But I believe they will be maintained or even added to. Because if this building was opened in 1915, that's almost 100 years ago, and it's still standing, there's my conviction that even long after we are gone, it will be maintained.